It's an unprecedented collision in India. All 9 Air Force personnel, including 5 officers on board 2 Mi-17 helicopters, were today killed when the choppers collided mid-air shortly after takeoff. The dead included 3 wing commanders, a squadron leader and a flight lieutenant. This is the 4th crash involving Air Force aircraft this year, but it's the first time 2 of its helicopters have collided mid-air. 16 years ago, 2 passenger planes had collided mid-air, killing over 300 people over Charki Dadri in Haryana. This is, of course, the case of Air Force choppers. There are reports saying that while one of the choppers went down initially, the tail portion of the other broke, sending it into a spin before crashing. But, of course, all that is left now to investigations, which will reveal just how this tragedy has taken place.
There has been a crash involving 2 Mi-17 helicopters over Sarmach range in Gujarat at about 12:05 hours today. The helicopters were on a routine training flying mission. A court of inquiry has been ordered to investigate into the cause of the accident.
Well, joining us now for more on this, Air Marshal Retired Fali Major. Thanks so much, sir, for taking out the time to speak to us this evening on which, of course, is a very tragic day, sir. In your experience, like you have, of course, spoken earlier in the day, saying that there's going to be an inquiry, we're going to wait for the details to come out. That's, of course, what's going to explain just what happened here. But just a couple of questions, sir. What is the normal safety distance for this type of flying close formation firing exercise?
You see, it depends on the profile.
Go ahead, sir. Well, we're just going to try and fix that in just a bit. But those, of course, were those dramatic developments this morning. A huge tragedy there. 9 people having died, 5 officers, junior ones of the Indian Air Force. That's happened this afternoon. It's something that is unheard of in the history of the Indian Air Force. Let's go back to Air Marshal Retired Fali Major. So I do hope that you can hear me this time around. Just trying to understand, sir, given your experience, you would, of course, have the best details. What is the normal safety distance for this kind of flying, this close formation firing exercise?
Normally, a close formation exercise, if it is purely a close formation exercise, it would be about 1 rotor length, 1 rotor diameter between the 2 helicopters. That's about 22 meters. But I don't know if this was a close formation sortie or whether it was a range sortie. I'm not aware of the facts of what happened there.
Right. We can understand that, sir. Like I said, the focus being on that inquiry that's going to bring out more details. Could inexperience or perhaps even lack of training have contributed to breaching safety distances, sir? What do you believe has happened today?
There could be a ghost of reasons as to how, an accident like this can happen. Yes, non-adherence to briefing is one. It could also be concentrating on some other task. If it was, that is why I am not aware whether they were doing on the range for range firing or whether they were doing plain formation flying. And there could be a host of reasons, and there could be an error of judgment on the part of the pilot who was formating on the lead aircraft to have come too close and collided with the helicopter.
Right, sir. Just from a layperson's perspective, sir, wouldn't there be warnings in the chopper if a safety distance was breached, sir?
I don't think, not in the Mi-17. And one thing before I say anything else, people should understand that close formation flying in helicopters is a very exacting task. In a fixed wing aircraft, you can see that the wings are fixed and a person is formating on a fixed perspective. Whereas in a helicopter, the wing itself is rotating, and it makes it much more difficult for a person to form it, and if he's inadvertently comes too close, it also takes a fraction of a second to go into the other helicopter. And I think that is what has happened in this case.
Right, sir. One last question. Could there have been no reaction time in such a situation, or sort of could greater experience have helped?
Both. Experience most certainly, and the other thing is reaction time if there was reaction time, this accident wouldn't have taken place, which means that there was no reaction time. It happened suddenly without the formating helicopter realizing how close he had got to the lead helicopter. And it's too late then.
Right, sir. Thanks very much for joining us on the program this evening, sir. Just sharing your thoughts with us. Like I said, we'll have to wait for the inquiry to find out just what has happened here to those choppers there.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.